A North Texas man who murdered 4 people seemingly at random in 2020 will spend the rest of his life in prison. Jeremy Harris pleaded guilty to committing the 4 murders. In one case, he shot and killed an SMU student in downtown Dallas. In another, he killed a man and burned down his home in Collin County. Fox 4's David Centenary spoke to the mother of that murdered SMU student. That mother was in court for Harris's sentencing today. David?
Yeah, this was a series of mostly random shootings that obviously freaked so many people out. We're talking about a guy who was just driving around, shooting and killing random people. Now he will spend the rest of his life behind bars in prison, no possibility of parole. But of course, that does not undo the trauma left behind to the family members of these victims.
My father gave me shelter.
Jaden Urea loved music. The SMU student was a regular at Deep Ellum open mics.
He wanted to be an entertainment lawyer because he loved entertaining.
But after leaving a Halloween party in 2020, the 19-year-old was randomly shot and killed on Harwood Street in downtown Dallas.
The worst moment of my life.
Urea's mother, who lives in Indiana, looked her son's killer, Jeremy Harris, in his eyes and delivered a victim impact statement after he pled guilty to 4 murders Tuesday. Harris will serve life in prison without parole.
Part of the reason why I wanted to be there was I was hoping he would maybe stand up and give some kind of explanation. It couldn't have been that pointless or that senseless.
She says Harris never gave an explanation.
It was surreal thinking I'm looking into the eyes of this cold-blooded killer who seems to have no remorse, no soul.
2 weeks after Harris killed Urea, he shot and killed 36-year-old Adam Goutreau in northwest Dallas. 30 minutes later, Harris, in a dark-colored SUV, shot and killed 57-year-old Kenneth Jerome Hamilton in Oak Cliff. Days later, Harris shot and killed Blair Carter and set Carter's Collin County house on fire.
I hope you spend hour after hour, day after day, year after year, just crying with loneliness and frustration, and I hope you miss your freedom and your family until it hurts.
Urea's mother was flying to Dallas to visit her son the morning he was killed. She did not learn of his death until she landed.
Yeah, I was flying in that morning just to spend a few days with him because I missed him.
In the weeks after the random shooting, there were so many unknowns. Some of Urea's classmates distributed flyers, hoping for answers.
He just loved life.
Now, as the serial killer spends his life in jail, Urea's mother wonders what could have been of her son's life.
He loved kids, he loved babies, he always talked about Mom. I can't wait to be a dad one day.
After Harris's arrest, police also linked him to non-deadly drive-by shootings in Dallas, Prosper, Frisco, and Denton.